Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program, where we come to you weekly or almost weekly from the ProView Studios high above Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Albuquerque to discuss all sorts of topics: name, image, and likeness, athletics at the University of New Mexico, economic development in the state of New Mexico. You name it, we'll touch base on it if it involves the Lobos. I want to thank ProView President Steve Davis for giving us this shot every week, and my producer, the Dodger fan that's in the back there. Kudos to Adrian. He actually makes the show go, but he still roots for the Dodgers, and they're monopolizing the sport. I think we have to break them up. But thanks to my man backstage. We got a great show today. Obviously, if you're a Lobo fan or a follower or a hater, you know there's a lot going on, especially around Lobo men's basketball. We're going to touch on the women a little bit today, and that's a good story. But men, new team, new staff, whole new deal, and we are playing for some big stuff today and maybe this weekend. So we got a special guest who will talk all about it, good friend of the program. I want to remind everybody that no matter what happens on the field, it's the off the field stuff that you and I and all supporters of UNM can do to help, and that's chip in a little bit. So 505 SVF is still working with the Lobo Alliance. We need your support. You can go to 505sports.org, check it out. Do whatever you can, a dollar, a nickel, anything. We need to retain and recruit, and it's up to us. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with our special guest right after this.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program. I want to get right to it. Time is always an issue. So much to talk about. I want to re-welcome one of our best guest, a good friend of the program, voice of the Lobos, Rob Portnoy.
It's
Rob,
wonderful to see you, Kurt.
thanks
How
for-
are you?
Awesome. It's great to be here. And we're sitting here on next to last game, Mountain West men's basketball season. The women just wrapped up. Long term for the season, short term watching basketball last night and tonight. Just an amazing, amazing place for UNM basketball.
It is a fabulous time to be a Lobo, and you're right. The women clinched a bye through the first round of their tournament, and the men with 2 wins will have an outright Mountain West regular season title. Incredible to think, with a brand new coach and 15 new players and an entirely new staff, starting from scratch, literally what Coach Olin and his team have done is remarkable.
It is remarkable. Great group of guys. And also, as we head forward, just a note. We'll get to, I'm going to wait to talk about the roster right now. Last night, watching Mountain West basketball, we had on live TV back-to-back, we had San Diego State and we had Utah State. Tied with San Diego, a game behind Utah. And it was just amazing what happened. I mean, neither one of those, San Diego State or Utah State, really didn't compete last night.
Boise State looked like a world beater. UNLV looks like a world beater. And I'll tell you what, the Lobos have their hands full tonight with Colorado State. They've won 7 in a row. They're the only team in the conference that didn't lose a game in February. They're playing really good basketball too.
Oh, no, there's no doubt. We're going to talk about that game in a little bit. But who would have, I'm amazed watching all these years San Diego State sort of be the bully. Not necessarily a great finesse team, but physically strong at every position, athletic, and they come in waves. I think with 6 minutes left in the game last night, they had 1 offensive rebound. I believe Boise out-rebounded them by about 20. I mean, what happened? Is Dutch lost his fastball as they head to the Pac-12?
The Lobos pushed them around in the pit. Tomislav Buljan absolutely owned the glass, nearly tied a Lobo record in offensive rebounds in a single game. He had 9. The record's 10. It is a mystery. And you're right. San Diego State's lost 4 of its last 5. Down the stretch, they had the conference in their hands, and they let it slip away. I think that the league is better than we gave it credit for at the beginning of the year. Some teams were not playing their best early in the season. Certainly Boise State would fall into that category. And another example, Colorado State, a team that was lacking both of its big men, its 2 best big men, when the Lobos beat them back in early January. So I think we're getting the best of teams like that, and UNLV certainly is in that category as well, down the stretch.
Well, UNLV was just wild last night, too. I get in halfway through. Their superstars sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. They put up him. He's rooting on the bench. He's got 0 points, and they're up 10. They go into the half. 0 points he puts on the board. They're up 8 at halftime. 92-67. I mean, final. That's Vegas. When we were in Vegas to watch the Lobos play, and unfortunately they did not come to the pit this year, unbalanced schedule. They were horrible. They couldn't score. They couldn't put the ball in the ocean. And now you're right. Turned it around, competitive, look really physical, and no one complains about this anymore. It used to be a big beef with Lobo fans. They're playing on their home court next week. So I don't expect much of a crowd turnout. I don't think people even know they're playing well there. No one cares. They're watching ice hockey or going to the clubs or whatever. But great, Pastner's got them rolling, physical. Boise, physical and big, beat us twice. So
and let's not forget Nevada.
Well, we saw that too. But then Nevada, one of my favorite coaches, Steve Alford,
lose to Wyoming.
Goes into Wyoming, 8 people in the stands. You can hear squeaky sneakers, and they get smoked by the Cowpokes. So I guess what we're looking at is just an incredible tournament next week.
It's going to be a marvelous week in Vegas. And if you're a Lobo fan and you haven't made your plans yet, oh my gosh, you got to be there. It's going to be tremendous.
Yeah, you should. We were talking about what's been in the paper about potential seedings. And we're going to get to the Colorado State game after the first break. But the Lobos will most likely, based on tiebreakers, will be the number 1 seed or the number 3 seed. Well, assuming we have a good win tonight. If they're the number 1 seed, that's noon on Thursday. So if you're going to Vegas, don't leave Thursday morning. Don't count on Southwest getting you there on time. Go Wednesday. Get on the bus. Get in your car. Let's get there. Let's make this the last year of the Mountain West as we know it. We brag about Pitt West. We talk about the fan base. Let's show up. Let's support these guys. Let's get out there. Let's do it. So there you go. Thursday, the Lobos will play next Thursday in Las Vegas. No doubt about that.
No doubt about that. They will get a top 4 seed, and remarkable to think that they control their destiny for an outright Mountain West championship. It would be the 3rd consecutive year the Lobos hold up a trophy. Remember, tournament title 2 years ago, regular season title last year. Why not another trophy in 25-26?
Just amazing. So tonight, again, don't complain. I can't handle 8 o'clock. It's too late. One of the biggest games the biggest game of the year right now. The stripe out was nice. San Diego State is cool. That was an incredible atmosphere. We're playing for a share of first place tonight. There's no reason you guys shouldn't be there. Tickets are available. Let's make that place loud as you know what. So we're going to take a short break. We're going to sell you some stuff. And then we're going to come back and talk about the Colorado State boys and what the Lobos face tonight. Stay with us.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hey everybody, welcome back. 505 Sports Venture Foundation Program, Part 2. I'm here with our special guest, voice of the Lobos, Rob Portnoy. And we are in an incredible period for Lobo basketball. First, and we did touch on it briefly, Lady Lobos had a big win last night on a little bit of a roll. Wound up getting that 4th spot seed, so they will have a bye on the opening round. And really, I don't think the recognition has really been there. I hear a lot of people say, well, we lose the first round, like Bradbury. Bradbury's been here 10 years. And in New Mexico, we know people are always, oh, no one's loyal, no one wants to stay. The man's been here 10 years. He has a winning record every year.
He's won at least 20 in 9 of 10.
It's ridiculous. He did it again. I thought he did a great talk after the game last night. Him and his family have spent the last decade here. And again, the team's good. He's had some tough breaks. His big player the last 2 years has been injured. He's done it without Clarissa Craig. It's just an incredible run, and I just don't think he gets the credit. So let's again, if you're going to Vegas, You can get there Monday. They'll play Monday night or Monday day. We don't know the times yet. Women will play Monday. You can go to Vegas Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday we'll have basketball. So kudos to Mike Bradbury.
An impressive season again. He's already got a regular season championship as Lobo head coach. Maybe this is the year for the tournament title.
That would be awesome. Go get them, Lady Lobos. All right. So now, Colorado State. As we touched on, we were up there early on in the season, January, I think. They were disorganized. They didn't have a good student section because it's semester break. Lobos kind of ran them start to finish. Jorgensen didn't play.
Bemba didn't play.
Right.
Both
big guys. But they don't play, like Jorgensen's a three-point shooter.
Yes.
He loves to step out and shoot the ball.
True stretch four.
So, right. So they're both, they're not traditional posts that will give us trouble down low. They'll rebound, they'll score. But recently I've heard it said at Lobo practice, Colorado State is the most efficient. They may not be the highest scoring because of the whole season. They're the most efficient offensive team in the country, in the conference.
They have an assist rate over 60%. They're super at sharing the basketball. And one of the reasons their assist rate is so good is that they line the three-point arc with excellent shooting. Recksteiner is absolutely on a straight-up heater. He's made 5 or more threes in 3 consecutive games. Muniz, their point guard, is the top assist man in the conference. And they're just difficult to guard. They might not, guard you like some of the other teams that Lobos play, with the physicality of a Boise or the physicality of a Nevada or the physicality of a San Diego State when they're playing well. This is a different kind of team. But if you don't mind your P's and Q's, let them get comfortable at the three-point line, they can shoot you out of the gym, any gym.
Right. That's what the fear is. And as you mentioned, I also heard it mentioned in the scouting report, they're not super aggressive on defense. They can be beat on defense. I think what we need to see is the continued return of Tomislav Buljan, which we've seen night and day. And, that last game was just against San Diego State. They were just standing there. They almost looked bewildered on some of his post moves in and around the basket. We need that. And we also saw, I thought it was interesting, I want your comment, DA, 2 points, 2 foul shots, I think, 0 field goals, 0 for 10. And Coach Olin was right. One of the best 0 for 10 games you've ever seen.
He is a marvelous on-ball defender, and the way that he impacted that game was incredible. It's much like some of the games we've seen this season from the guy that I think that has clearly become the team leader, the heartbeat of the team, Luke Hopp. Luke had the 30-point game. That was in a loss against Boise, but he doesn't have to score to impact the game. We're starting to see the number of ways that Dayton Albury can do that for the Lobos. From the point guard position, mind you, he's one of the best rebounders on the team too, Kurt. Not just a great on-ball defender, but he is tough. And how about that play that he made in between 2 San Diego State Aztecs to save the game at the end?
Talked to him yesterday about that play. I've watched college basketball. This is my 62nd year watching the game. Time, place, and effort. One of the greatest plays you'll ever see. Can you just imagine? We're up 1, total pandemonium, and Bird gets that ball on a turnover in the open court. I don't even want to think of that. He flies out of the backcourt. Apparently, that was a touchdown pass that Tomislav thought he was throwing. Went straight up in the air between two Aztecs. Gets the ball. No doubt. Bird hits him in the back. Foul. Incredible play.
He outjumps 6'6" Miles Bird, whom everybody thinks is a future pro and can absolutely jump out of the gym. That was will. That was athleticism. That was effort. That was quintessential DA.
Yeah. Sense, you've said it all. Will, effort, sense of court sense. Like, incredible. Go get the ball.
He played with desperation.
Yeah. And incredible play. All right. So we've got the glue guy. Luke's the glue guy. Incredible. I look for him to be able to get to the basket today against, Luke loves to penetrate and then look outside, which people get frustrated all the time. Go up. Olin's style is to go in and go out. the first look, I mean, obviously if you get lay in, you're going to lay it in. You're going to dunk the ball, you dunk the ball. But to penetrate and out, that's the offense.
Absolutely.
And Luke's a master.
He is the best all-court player that the Lobos have. Sad, I don't think that we ever saw Chris Howell at his best. He was never completely himself, and then obviously he hasn't played in the entire Mountain West Conference schedule because of his oblique. But those are the two connector guys that Coach Olin talked about from the start of the year. But Luke is the glue. He does literally everything. You need a key rebound. He gets it. You need somebody to go dive to the floor, come up with the floor burn, and get a loose basketball. He does it. And he always looks to pass first. He's never driving that lane line to score. He's always looking to set up a teammate. And if they don't score with a pass from Luke, and they don't send a double team down to Luke, he finishes. He finishes every time. He's amazing.
Well, and he hit the big three.
Oh, how about the Stones to step into that three, Kurt, in a tie game in the last minute?
Why not?
It was awesome.
All right, we got one more segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back after a short break.
Oh, my.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, Rob Portnoy, voice of the Lobos, 505 SVF. We're in an incredible period. Who would have thunk it? Lobo basketball playing for first place. In the hunt. Go to the game tonight. We got a great chance to set up a showdown for first place on Saturday. If you're a Lobo basketball fan, what else could you ask for? Last home game of the year, senior night, and a chance to move into a tie for first place with a head-to-head against Utah State Saturday. No excuse, 8 o'clock, go to the game, honor the seniors. Okay, we want to get a little back to Colorado State. You mentioned again, they have another three-point shooter, a kid who's been out.
Yeah, Josh Pasquarelli, he and Rex Steiner are two of the best three-point shooters, not just in the conference, but the country. Pasquarelli's been hurt. He's missed the last 4. Here's an interesting little tidbit, though. They might actually be playing better basketball right now without two guys that have similar skill sets. When they were on the floor together, Rex Steiner was forced to play the point. Now they've got a true two-guard in the two-guard spot in Pasquarelli and a true point guard in Muniz running the point. They might even be more efficient right now. And you made a great point before we came back out of the break that sometimes it's tough to reintegrate that new guy, and sometimes they're not really ready to be themselves yet when they first come back.
Well, I just would imagine if I'm a kid from, I don't know where the kid's from, but he's played on Colorado State all year. He hasn't played in 2 weeks. Okay, now he shows up in the pit. Everyone in the world screaming at him, and okay, start making shots. Not the easiest. You'd rather show up against Air Force, San Jose State, get a rhythm. So we'll look at that. We'll look to see. What do you think from the Lobo side? What do what's the overall? What do we really need to see from the Lobos to win this game tonight?
This is, I think, something fascinating for the fans to watch in tonight's game. Coach Olin has said from the beginning of the year that they want to promote three-point shots by their opponent. They want to promote the right guys in terms of what the Lobos want from a defensive standpoint, the right guys for the other team taking the three-point shots that the Lobos want them to take. Well, CSU has a bunch of really good three-point shooters, and you don't want them to be comfortable on the line. But the Lobos did induce the three at Colorado State, and they didn't shoot it very well when the Lobos beat them in Fort Collins. So it does feel like it's a little bit of playing with fire if you let CSU shoot threes. But what Coach Olin has said all along, if they take the threes we want them to take and we contest them, then they should not shoot their normal percentage. That's how the Lobos want to play defense, and I would expect them not to change anything because of that. But one thing that you'll see is they're not just going to let the best three-point shooters for CSU stand there and shoot. They're going to try to run them off the line a little bit if they can.
Oh, well, that'll be key. We'll look for that. Okay, we know what the Lobos need to do. Interesting little tidbit about tonight, in addition to being first place. It's senior night in the new era of college basketball. So what do we have, 5 guys?
6.
6 guys who have been here about 5 months. No,
right.
A little longer. But they're all doing senior night. And 2 of them, we've learned recently, are hoping to get another year. Chris Howell, who's been sidelined with a painful oblique injury.
And it's so painful how close he would be to not even having to worry about trying to get a waiver to play, because the number of regular season games is typically 31, and he's played in 11. He's played 11 games, Kurt, and that's over the 30% number. It just puts him right on the cusp. And there is some precedent for guys that are right there on the borderline of being eligible to get that medical red shirt. I think he's got a chance. Let me put it that way.
I think he's got a chance. Yeah. Also, so many kids have gotten a little forbearance here and there with eligibility, 6 years, 7. Good kid, tried to play, couldn't get it done. We've got Buljan, who may, because no one seems to. I'm as in depth on these eligibility rules as anyone. I have no idea why some of these pros qualify, how a guy from the G League qualifies, how a 23-year-old might get another year. No one understands it. No one can explain it. We'll see. So we've got him, D.A., DeJavis, who am I missing? Milosh. And is there a 6th? It'll be a blast. We got parents coming in. We've got friends, family.
Don't forget Luke.
Luke. Oh, wow, yeah. Luke. I think, I heard his parents calling him like Louie or something like that.
Yeah, he's already gone through his senior night, too, with Point Loma Nazarene.
Senior night, right. Yeah. So anyway, be at the game tonight. All right, coming down the home stretch. What's your gut tell you about tonight?
The Lobos take care of business. I can't imagine that a team that all year long has not been the team that would look past anything. They've been so in the moment. To me, they're a total reflection of the personality of their head coach. Eric Olin never gets too high. He never gets too low. It sounds so cliche, but with him and his team, it's so true. They are steady as she goes, and I just can't imagine that they won't meet the moment tonight on senior night, knowing that if they can get this one, then everything will be on the line when they play Saturday in Logan.
Well, I can't disagree with you. I saw it today. I was surprised. Lobos are a 7.5-point favorite.
That's large.
Bigger than I thought. We don't gamble on those games now. We're not giving you gambling advice. But I also see a real tight battle, back and forth. One thing we know, even when they roll, the Lobos, if they get back in a back and forth, they love to let the team come back a little bit. I've seen that a little bit. But I think it'll be a back and forth. I think down the stretch, we see Lobos by about 10. Little celebration on the court, a couple of breakaway dunks. I think we will be able to move the ball and score against Colorado State when we need them. So, want to say thanks. Have a great game. To all you out there, get to the game. Let's go. 8 o'clock start in the world famous pit. What are you waiting for?
Be there.
They be there. All right, we'll see you guys next week as we head into the Mountain West tournament. Thanks for joining us.